I'm coming to meet Delphine Tseng from Lancia Communications, and Delphine educates children not only here on Long Island but all around the world about the nature that can be found on golf courses, and she produces colouring in books which shows all the animals and all the ecosystems that add value to golf course environments.
I started this when I was a member at a small private club in upstate New York. And a lot of the golfers are parents or grandparents. And they asked me if I can create something to lure their children and grandchildren to come play with them. And so the first thing I did was a golf and bingo. So I draw a little bingo sheet and if you see a red-tailed hawk, if you see a blue jay, if you see a cardinal, and then you get a bingo, and then you come to the golf shop and we give you a sleeve of Provi. So they actually thought this was super fun. And I then extended it. I worked with my friends to draw coloring pages to give them. And then we made our very first book for Pine Haven. So this is our first one. And this was out 9 years ago. This is I have to show you this.
The wilderness between the greens.
Yes, I really want to stress this because we want to use this to let people know that golf courses are really the green space between all the urban jungles that we are in. And between the greens, they're actually wilderness all around. Do you know who this is?
That's a certain Mr. Gary Player, is it not?
Yes, it is. And then it got chewed on by my puppy Lulu. So, but I cannot part with this one, of course. So this is our very first hardcover that's sold out. So I couldn't even get another one. We also have paperbacks like this that we work with golf courses or tournaments to give out. And this one is sponsored by Syngenta, and this is the one that we made for the to give out to the U.S. Women's Open at Pebble Beach for the volunteers, and usually we'll feature the state bird. So this one's the California quail, and we also have some kingfisher and a black bear. So all these children, not only Asian children, but also even American children, they will be surprised to know that you can see black bear on golf courses. And there's another one that's everyone's favorite. It's the sea otter. We actually did see them at Pebble Beach, so that was quite amazing. The parents were surprised to know that golf courses filters water. So actually the water coming out of golf courses is cleaner than the water going in. And we talk about this through amphibians. So we also talk about monarch butterflies. We have to talk about monarch butterfly here because they have a really healthy milkweed population, and that's where monarch butterflies caterpillar feed. So, and because of our efforts, monarch butterflies population on the East Coast doubles last year. So, so we talk about ecology, life cycles, and this is a really important one that I want to show you. It's the amphibians. So the amphibians are the indicators of the water quality. So you won't see amphibians if the water is not clean. So this is a really, really good indicator that we like to tell people to keep their eyes out for. And on Bethpage, you get to see wood frog, American bullfrogs, and spotted salamanders. So those are really, really good indicators.
Delphine's wildlife education reaches far beyond Long Island and New York. During the pandemic, her online lessons were beamed into family homes across the United States and Asia.
Since the pandemic, I started hosting a Facebook Live videos and using every week we use a different page from my books, the coloring books that feature wildlife on golf courses. And we started to get fans, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this myself, but we have fans and followers, and parents start reaching out to see if I can tutor them online, because during the pandemic, a lot of schools are shut down and children are being homeschooled, and parents weren't really quite sure how to handle this. So I started to have online courses, and a lot of them are free. And we talk about But so far, I have only been writing about golf courses in America. And so the kids are actually really thrilled to learn about, like, wow, you can see deer, you can see moose, you can see red-tailed hawks on golf courses. And this is something that they've never thought about before. So we use these books to not only teach animal science, but also English. In the States and in Asia, a lot of countries, they are focusing on golf courses are taking the resources away from us. They're not good for nature. They're not good for the environment. But for responsible management, all of these cannot be farther away from the truth.
Delphine is now producing an official book for the Ryder Cup about the plants and animals of Bethpage State Park. We wandered over to the iconic 18th hole on the black course, where the Ryder Cup may be decided.
For this book, we want to have 18 chapters, and obviously from the first to 18th hole, and they each will be the backdrop of these groups. And we'll talk about the reptiles, we'll talk about the amphibians, and then we'll talk about the raptors that I hope that you will get a chance to see. We have great horned owls, we have red-tailed hawks, and we have Harris hawk. It's just, they're all amazing, and these will catch the golfer's eyes, and hopefully my hope is by making these books, we can let the rest of the world know that golf courses is not just a place for rich people to come to play. As a matter of fact, we are a state park. We have birding trails, we have bike path, we have even bridle trail and just hiking trail. And I want people to know this is the last green resort that in this urban jungle, because we're just right next to Manhattan, and all these animals retreat to here, just share this green space with us.
I asked Delphine why it was important for golf courses to speak up on sustainability and demonstrate their actions to local communities.
I really think for us working in the golf industry, storytelling and communications, it's huge. It's the key, because we're still trying to negotiate a way and trying to change people's perspective about golf, because people still think golf is bad for the environment and like, oh, this is just a waste of resources and land, but it's not. They use recycled water, and golf course actually a lot of time acts as a reservoir and water filter. Again, we talk about this over and over again as habitat for wildlife that's being displaced. And us working in the golf industry, we need to talk about these, and I want people to know, like, this is not just a fluff piece. You want to talk about this because this is the one that the non-golfers will have a better idea, because you can't just say, oh, we're good for the environment. All right, prove it. We have the data, we have the numbers to back our stories and our claims. Of course, these are, the cute animals are nice, but we also do know what we're talking about when we're talking about water quality management, when we're talking about pesticides control and use, and we're going to do our best to make our existence better for all our neighbors around. Not one day I don't feel grateful to live here. I listen to birds sing every single day in the spring, and I know that's how they wake me up every morning. I feel like I live in a cartoon every day, and I absolutely love it. And because of this, I get to see the behind the scene and how people here really care about nature and how they want to preserve this last piece of oasis.
It's been a fascinating day here at Bethpage State Park and here on the black course, the famous 18th hole. It's been really interesting speaking to Andrew, to Delphine and Alexa about the sustainability projects. The fact that this place is not just a world-class golf course, 5 golf courses, but it's a wildlife haven surrounded by suburban Long Island and New York. And there's amazing work going on here. The wildlife that we've seen, the red-tailed hawks, the great horned owls that are nesting in the trees around, some of the flora projects that are underway, the nature discovery garden that is used by local children. And that's the really impressive thing. It's not just the fact that these projects are happening, it's that the local population, the local community is so very engaged. And it's a great example of how golf can demonstrate and communicate all the ecological, nature and wildlife benefits that golf courses can bring to urban areas.